Hi, my name is not Adele, you can call me Anna. I was tagged by G-Swizzel Books to do the mid-year book freakout tag, so here are my answers to the questions. Question number 1 is, what is the best book that you've read so far in 2016? I have to say that it would be Magician by Raymond E. Feist. I wasn't expecting it to be so good. I got so drawn into the world and I connected with pretty much every single character in the book. I can't explain how amazing I found that book to be. I was just mind blown. I'd heard that Raymond E. Feist was a good author, especially for fantasy, which I love, so I thought I'd give it a go. Now it's one of my favorites ever, just hands down. Number 2 is the best sequel that you've read so far in 2016. They're technically not just like a sequel, it's like in a series, but they're number 2 in the series, so does that count? For this question, I would say it's kind of torn between Rise of Empire and The Dream Thieves, because Rise of Empire was amazing and I loved it, but at the same time, The Dream Thieves, I loved the focus that we got in that on Ronan and just learning about what he can do and his sort of special abilities. Question 3 is a new release that you haven't read yet but you want to. To be honest, I think that it has to be A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. I've read A Court of Thorns and Roses and I've read the first Throne of Glass and I don't like it. But for some reason, even though I don't like these books, I still want to read A Court of Mist and Fury. Why? I think it's because I've just heard lots of people talking about it and saying that it's amazing and it's so much better than the first one. But I'm not really convinced, but at the same time, like, I want to read it and I want to find out for myself if you're actually telling me the truth. We'll find out, I guess, when I read it. Question 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which is actually coming out at the end of this month. It is July. I am so excited. That's all I have to say, except of course for the fact that I'm also super excited for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm just so happy. Question 5 is the biggest disappointment. Oi. To be honest, I think that was Throne of Glass. I read that one hoping that it was actually going to be good. People had told me that it was good, although they do say that it gets better, but I really did not enjoy it. I have a review that you can watch if you want to see me complain about it. So you can, you know, go watch that. Question number 6 is the biggest surprise. That would have to be She Is Not Invisible by Marcus Sedgwick. I picked this book up from the library having no idea. No one had told me about it. Just found it on the shelf, thought this looks interesting, read it, was completely blown away. I absolutely loved it. Just the whole writing style I found really good, and I was always kind of excited about what was going to happen next. It was just written really well. I didn't realize when I started reading this book that she was blind. I didn't know until like a certain point. I was so thrown, like, I can't believe she's blind because I didn't notice, and how could I not notice? Because normally if they're in first person, writing style will describe a lot of things that they're seeing and she can't see. So it was really interesting then to kind of go back over and realize how much there was that was just talking about surroundings without actual sight involved. Such an amazing book. I really would recommend that one. Question 7 is favorite new author, and that could be an author that is new to the scene or an author that is new to me. So my favorite new author is Raymond E. Feist because I've discovered him and I read Magician, and now I have the next two, which is Silverthorn and A Darkness at Sethanon. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited to read more in that world, especially because his writing style really gets me. I lose myself in the world and it's just amazing. Question number 8 is newest fictional crush. I definitely developed a bit of a crush on Lincoln when I was reading Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I also pretty much like everyone from the Raven Cycle, but mostly Noah. I just have a really soft spot for Noah. Question number 9 kind of ties in. It says newest favorite character. Again, I have to go with everyone from the Raven Cycle just because I love them all so much and I'm not ready for it to be over. I finished reading the series and I'm just still processing. Other than that, from Magician by Raymond E. Feist, I really loved Roland. Question number 10 is a book that made you cry. And when I was originally thinking about my answers to these questions, I thought about Magician by Raymond E. Feist, which I have mentioned a couple times already, sorry. But I actually changed my answer because while Magician did make me cry, it did not make me cry as much as The Raven King. I got to about the halfway mark and I started crying, and then to the end of it, I cried. When I finished reading The Raven King, you can ask my sister to verify this, I went and I just lay on the floor for a while crying. I just needed a moment. So yeah, if you haven't read The Raven Cycle yet, please do, it's great. Question number 11 is a book that made you happy. All I can really think for this one at the moment would be just that I'm rereading Harry Potter. It makes me so happy just rereading about all these characters who are my favorites and they feel like friends. So it's like when you kind of dive back into a world that you've been away from for a little bit and you meet all the people again, it just feels feels like coming home and it's just so nice. So honestly, Harry Potter makes me happy. Question 12 is the most beautiful book that you've bought so far this year or have received this year. I have mentioned it already. This book is beautiful. It's like the most beautiful blue that there ever was, and I love it. Question number 13 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I find it interesting that they use the word need because I don't feel like I need to get through any of them. Reading is just for fun. But I would really, really love to read The Mortal Instruments. I've read the first one previously, but never anymore. I think I'd like to go through them and actually find out what the rest of the series is like. I'd really also like to read Inheritance, that enormous book that I've mentioned in previous videos, which I haven't read yet. That would be nice to say I've done. I'd also really, really love to read The Golden Yarn by Cornelia Funk because I have read the other two in the series and I'm so excited for that one and what happens in it. So I'm super pumped, but I don't have it yet. I don't know if it's in any shops near me. I haven't found it anywhere and I am stressed out. The other thing is I would like to finish getting through The Lord of the Rings, which I have not finished yet. And also finally the Rivia Revelations I would love to finish this year. Hopefully I should be able to finish it this year. Lastly, question number 14 is what is your favorite book community member? Mine are all on YouTube and my first one would have to be Grace at G-Swizzel Books. I love you because we would talk books together before we even had Booktube accounts. Can't get much better than that. I also really love RoyaEverEADS, A Dash of Ash and Page by Page. You guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and finding out more about my book journey so far this year. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so that you'll be notified of when I make more videos. And I'll see you next time. Ciao for now, monkeys.